good food, good times.
They're back at it again. Those talented elves have adorned Mahaskadrug and Oskaloosa with lots and lots of beautifully decorated Christmas trees, tens of thousands of ornaments, decorations, crafts, and gifts for anyone on your Christmas shopping list. It's a fun store to shop loaded with Christmas decor that'll make you smile, make you laugh, make you want to share. Mahaskadrug is open weeknights till 9, so come into town and see what everyone is glowing about. Mahaskadrug and Oskaloosa, it's big, really big.
Bates Funeral Chapel, where community is more than just a location. Where compassion is more than just a feeling. Where history is more than just a time. Bates Funeral Chapel, where service is more than just a word.
If you have the audacity to believe your financial advisor should focus on your long-term goals, not their short-term agenda.
If you believe in the sheer brilliance of a simple explanation,
join the nearly 7 million investors who think like you do. FaceTime and Think Time make a difference.
Welcome back here to William Penn basketball here. We've got the Lady Statesmen taking on the Clark Crusaders, Clark University from Dubuque. And we're going to come to you with a little bit of our stats at halftime here. And it's been a close one. William Penn is on top of the Crusaders, 51-31. Pretty big deficit that the Crusaders are going to have to take up. Lauren, what kind of stats are we looking at here?
Well, obviously the key one is the total field goal percentages, and right now William Penn has 64.7% over the Crusaders 31%. You know, looking at the three-point percentage, they're up by about 2%, and I'm guessing that's probably due to the fact of Codis. You know, she's been draining those threes that first half. And then when we're looking at the free throw percentages, they're at 100% for their free throw percentages, and we're at 75. But obviously the key one is the total field goal percentages, where we're at 64 and they're at 31.
Yeah, and one thing that I think the Crusaders are going to try to do is, you know, they're going to mix up their defenses a little bit. You know, they started off the game with just a man-to-man defense and wasn't able to cut it. Their athletic ability can't handle William Penn's. You know, Oriel Thomas, Golumski's shooting. Oriel, you just can't handle her when she's in the paint.
Right.
She's bigger, she's stronger than most of the girls. And, you know, so we'll probably see something here where they're changing up defenses and throwing William Penn off.
Right.
So.
I mean, if Penn can drain those baskets like they did those last few minutes, I think we're going to maintain the lead. But, you know, people are going to get tired, you know, as the game keeps going. Like I said, it's a fast-paced game that they're playing. So if we get tired, that's going to give the Crusaders an advantage as well.
Yeah, what would you say is the one and biggest key that the Crusaders need to do to get back into this game?
Slow down our offense and just try and make as many baskets as possible. You know, if it's outside the three-point range, inside the paint, whatever it is, just slow down the pace, make it their game instead of Lady Statesman's.
I agree completely. We're about ready to start the second half, and we're going to go right into it. You know, they're going to come right back out with their starting lineup: Sam Avens, Sarah Martin, Katie Golumski, Oriel Thomas, and Morgan out there. So, you know, William Penn's going with just how they started, because they started out fast, and then hopefully they're going to keep going in the second half.
Right.
And Clark is, I think, going the same way that they were as well. Shepler's going to inbounds it here to Hamilton. And we're going to have this second half underway. A little screen there by Cotis. Sam Avens is able to tip it away and get it to Oriel Thomas back down the court. And just like that.
Same thing, just like the first half.
Fast-paced. That ball screen up there is not really working there for Clark. I mean, right there, it's obviously that, in practice, Penn has really figured out that they need to stop that ball screen with a good hedge by the other defender. On that last play, Oriel Thomas was able to hedge that ball and actually, kick it. So
right.
Clark going to inbounds the ball. Scheffler with it at the top of the key. So he's going to get a ball screen by Cotis. The hedge there by Oriel Thomas. Back down to number 22. That shot's off the mark. And by Hamilton. Avens corrals it. Abel kicks it up to Martin over her head. Martin puts that up and isn't able to get it to go. Scheffler with the ball. She's taking it down the court. Scheffler kicks it to the side and skip past to Hamilton. Hamilton with the three. She can't get it to go. Rims off. Avens with the rebound. Avens is going to kick it up to Martin running down the court. Martin puts it up and is fouled. She's going to go to the line for two.
And once again, you can just see the difference here, when they're inbounding the ball or, if it's just off the board, they bring it up slow. As soon as Avens gets that ball, man, she's pushing that ball up there and looking for the open look up to Martin on this case.
Yeah, the Lady Statesmen are always pushing the ball. Martin puts the first one in. One more free throw try. And she puts that one in as well. Gets both to go. Hamilton up the court for Clark. Little ball screen there by Cotas, and they're going to trap it a little bit up top, and that can really get the Crusaders into trouble, because if they're not able to get out of that trap, then what is it? So right there, Cotas was able to get the three there. And right back down the court.
Nice pass.
Right back down the court. Yeah, a little dish there by Martin to Avens, and Avens is able to float it up off the backboard and in. Clark back down at the top of the key. Cotas out there, and Avens dove right into us up here. We had to. It was a great effort to keep it saved in, but Clark was able to get that one. Hamilton with the split there, and Martin comes down with it. Martin's going to kick it up to Avens. Avens with the layup and in. One thing, I haven't noticed this, but I haven't been really looking for it, is that I haven't seen a hole man, which is, someone going back that always stays back to stop the transition defense by Clark, and they're not able to do that. Right there, Avens with the steal up to Martin. Martin, little fake there, and puts it up and lays it in.
She's had a pretty good game. She's at right now 14 points for her as well as Oriel, but she's done a nice job, looking for those open passes, assists, selfless playing, making the plays. She's done a great job.
Yeah, right there, Cotis got a little trigger happy and wasn't able to pull the trigger, and she got called with a traveling violation. The biggest thing, I think, is turnovers for the Crusaders. If you probably look at the halftime stats, I bet William Penn has had at least 6 or 7 steals that have added